Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the wee dark corner of the internet called the Weekly Register. This is now episode 9.
Aye.
Episode 9. And we have the absolutely fantastic, a good mate of mine, and somebody you should know, we have the Sean Chalmers. How we doing?
Alright, mate. Also, I need to correct you, mate. You said the word dark, it's African American.
Oh,
You
Jesus,
are a
here we go.
bigot, honest. Piece of shit. Sorry, you need to bleep that out. I have swore instantly. Sorry.
It happens.
But honoured to be here, mate. Love the
No,
bros.
because obviously we've been trying to set up a podcast for a while now, and it just one thing or the other's led to it not happening.
Oh, well, you were like having a suicide attempt.
Multiple.
Multiple.
Don't want to deal with this anymore. Phone smashed off the floor.
I know, mate.
Why have you done this to me?
But I was actually so worried because, like, obviously I love you, mate, and I've known you for a while. And all I was getting in the chat was, he's fucking dead! I can't get in! Nobody's there! And I was like, he might be doing a shit. Like, he might be doing a shit. Have you checked, man?
You can see if you put your phone light against his bathroom window, you can see right through the frosted glass.
Oh, mate, I'm getting freaky with that.
He knew that before I went missing.
He knew that before you moved in.
I didn't go through your neighbour's
No.
door, but you know what I mean?
Aye. Going through my neighbour's door, not. No, but I do appreciate the support because you were that message you sent me.
Mate, I always will support the boys, and you know me, I'm a big mental health advocate, and by that I mean I really want people to kill themselves. No, you know what I mean, mate. I was worried though. Like, obviously, you must have been the same. You went to overdrive, didn't you?
I can't even swear, so I can't. But I was jumping at my skin.
I think I swore about 8 million times.
No, I think we just need to let that. That's what.
We just not get paid for this one.
Aye.
No, you can just bleep it, and I think it's, do you know why I'm doing it? See, when somebody tells me, you don't do it, I deliberately end up doing it 20 billion times.
Aye.
That's how we had Wayne, sure.
Aye.
It's amazing I've not had them. That's how I know I'm a Jaffa. Aside from being ginger.
Aye, I was going to say.
So I'm
aside from
black
being
on the
ginger.
outside and orange on the
I know.
inside. You know
But we have known each other for about a good year and a bit now.
Aye, but when did you start? You started a year after me or something, didn't you?
I started about November 2022.
Right, so you didn't start about 6 months after me or something.
Aye, but we met at Tenants, which are absolute brilliant gig.
Aye, mate, that's
I love
what
that.
our class is like my comedy club. I think Robin's also said that. Just because of the frequency we get to go in every week, like, I set a goal to write something new, like a new bit. And it's like just to keep everything ticking
Fresh.
and being active in your brain.
I know, I'd love to get to Tenants, man. It's just because it's got a train and a subway and all that.
And you're not committed enough.
Aye.
I hate that. It's just a shite excuse.
No,
You
I
make the time, mate.
100% you make the time. But obviously I'm busy or doing other stuff.
What you doing?
7 podcasts because they missed one.
See the one you miss, you dick, you could have been at Tenants. No, I know, mate. Obviously, I think that's something I've learnt recently. Is like, it's obviously how intense you need to be with stand up and constantly trying new stuff and like being at gigs and always try to gig and get better. Like, I think loads of comics have been talking about it recently. Like, pro ones, you actually forget you need to kind of have a bit of a personal life.
Aye.
Because you actually neglect that because you're so obsessed with this fucking thing. I know I was like, when we went on that tour, that's all I thought about.
Aye, constantly.
Aye, mate, and then even after it, like, because I had like bigger spots that meant a lot to me, after it, it's just something that constantly, and it drives you nuts. Because all you're thinking about is like, how to get better and better.
How to get better.
And then
I
I was
know.
like, right, try and slow your brain down. I try and slow my brain down for like an hour a day. Like, just don't do anything comedy. I don't watch anything that's got anything to do with comedy, just for an hour a day. And then the other 23, I'm just comedy, do you know what I mean?
Aye.
That's nuts.
See, I'm
You're not retarded with it, mate.
No, I see, that's autism in you.
Aye,
I
well,
feel-
that's my artistic
Aye.
thing. That's what I love.
Aye. But I've got ADHD, so I'm on the other side of the spectrum where I'm thinking comedy. Oh, look at that
Wank.
shiny thing.
So how, right, we're going to bore the shit out of your audience and you then. But see because I struggle with, sometimes with, like, I'm not diagnosed, right, so I want to make that clear. But,
It's evident.
no, but like, I've went to therapy for a long period of time with the therapist who said, I can't diagnose you with it, but here are the traits. And then obviously I'm on the waiting list and I've done the test. And then Peter Bell and Dean, who have it, gave me that test. And it's the same
Aye.
that you basically do. And I scored as high functioning. And I don't like to say I have it until I'm medically diagnosed because it downplays it. But it's clear.
Aye. It's very evident.
Aye. But so see with that, we writing, then with ADHD,
Aye.
how's that with you then? Are you fucking
Murder.
all over the place with bits?
All over the joint.
Right.
All over the joint. Like, my notes on my phone are ridiculous with ideas. And it's got to the point now where I can't remember what half of them mean.
Oh, mate.
And then see when I'm going to write stuff in my notebook, it's just scribbles, lines through things, and then more scribbling, and then lines through that, and then like, I just can't seem to pick a topic and write on it, and it's murder.
It's weird way I bet you're meant to stay on it, like the what is it? You're meant to stay on it for a certain amount of time
until
and
you
punch
get
it up.
Aye.
Punch it up. But if your ADHD is going, oh, there's that bit, and then you just leave it.
I've got 6 half-written bits that I tried last week,
Shit, man.
and I'd endings to about 2 of them.
Well, yeah. So that was interesting, guys. You are not welcome. That was awful, wasn't it?
Aye, just about every punchline was, well, that's getting dropped, or
sorry.
that's getting...
I'm a
we
pure
looked at-
stand-up nerd, mate. Like, I need to know how
Aye.
people write and stuff. And I've ever asked you that. That's
Aye.
nuts.
Well, I think I'd freak you out with the way I do gigs, because I freak out Mick
You
Collin.
do, mate, all the time when I watch you. Sometimes I feel like going, just chill. Like, you're all right.
No, but I mean, like,
That'll be the ADHD.
see when I prepare,
Yeah.
like, I freaked out Mick Collin one time in Dundee because I told him he was running through his set list, and we were on after the first break. I was on, then he was on, and like 20 minutes before the show started, he's like, right, I'm going to do. He's like, what you doing tonight? I'm like, I don't know yet. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't know yet. And then like we watched the first half, and then I went to the break, and then I'm like, I might better work out what I'm doing. And then I just picked from my list of jokes.
Aye, but you still know what you're doing.
Aye. But like, he's like, how can you go on that unprepared? I says, well, I just like to get a sense of the
Engaging
audience,
the crowd, aye.
and then see what direction I want to
Mick's
take
the
it.
idiot in this one then.
No, but he was genuinely having a panic attack because I didn't know what he was doing.
Oh, right, aye, but Mick's obviously went, oh, I know my stuff, I'll be good, but he's thinking you don't know.
Aye.
That's what it is. Aye, but you obviously do. Aye, you're gauging the room, that's what you kind of need to do. I always sit in the room, always, because, like,
Oh, you
you
always
get the
need to
gauge
sit.
and then you pick up wee bits.
I
and
feel
then,
really weird sitting in a green room. I feel really weird.
why?
I don't know.
Do you not like people?
No, obviously I love people,
Aye.
but I just really like to watch it, engage the crowd, and get to know what the audience laughs at and likes.
Yeah, you have to, and plus it shows the audience, oh yeah, he's been with us, he's one of us.
Aye.
Because that's the whole point, you want them on side with you.
See, when you walk out through the audience, I think that gives that.
Aye.
See, when you walk out for the side curtain, it doesn't work as bad.
Well, you need to, certain places.
Aye,
I
of
think
course,
that's
of
the only
course.
thing.
It's
Aye.
no.
I
It's
like
just
just being,
every
I like just being out, watching them, and then I'm like, oh fuck, you said
Aye.
yours for here, and then it looks as though I've just came up with a bit on the cuff, but I
Aye.
already have the bit.
Aye, I love
Because you've-
doing that.
No, it's because you've obviously done so much research, so many gigs, that off the cuff moments become bits. And that's what ended up happening. Like, I wrote a full bit about America, literally from nearly having a panic attack outside salsa. Genuinely, mate, I was like, because I get so anxious now because I love stand up more than anything. So because it means so much to me, like, I think when I fuck up, it fucking kills me, right? Like, it fucking just, I don't know, eats me up inside for
Aye,
days, mate, right? And it's like, that's why I tell people, like, stand up's bipolar, because when you do a good gig,
you're
happy,
buzzing.
right? But then you can also
Dive.
go
I
back
don't
down.
know. Sometimes I like to bomb. See when you're in like a
All right,
shit.
ISIS.
See when you're in a shit room and it's just
Aye.
like it's a tough gig. I'll go up and try to die as hard as I can, but still make it funny for the guys, for the other comedians. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but then you go, how do I show that I'm that good a comic, that this room is awful, but I can get the best out of this and I can make it good?
See,
That's
I'm
the
not
best.
that good a comic.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's because, see, the ones who are good at doing that have done this stuff that
Aye.
we've done, they've ate the shit that we've done. But it's just part of it.
Aye.
And
It's learning.
I don't know, mate. I think it's just because it's such a sensitive, like, it's dead weird. It's such a sensitive career. Emotionally, it's damaging. Like, your fucking mental health goes, mate, all the time.
That's why I had to take a break earlier in the year. I had to.
Because you had a mental break.
Aye, essentially. And that was while taking a break for comedy, because like, during
Yeah.
March, during the Glasgow Comedy Festival, I'd done 28 gigs.
Yeah.
And then I need to take a break because my mental health was in the bin because of... no, every one of the 28 gigs went well and I was dealing with stuff at home. So you're like, I need to take a break. You can't keep doing comedy if your head's not in the right space.
There's a way, right? So, how I've managed this over the past like year, because I have like, I was telling your man there about it. I was like, I have like reprogrammed my brain because I had to, because I have complex PTSD. Like, I've been diagnosed with that, and I had to, because I had a suicide attempt. And it was because of all this. Like, it was all the nerves and the stress and obviously my past. And all it just combined when I had, like, one big event when I got broke up with. And all just combined and I went, like, that's what you want to do. You want to die, mate, to make all these... You no longer want to have these thoughts. But then I learned just kind of to reprogram it all, mate, and, like, see that stuff you're going to act. Like, if I had done that, like, the year before, I'd have ate myself up more and I'd have been more depressed.
Aye.
Right, for doing the 28 gigs and then taking a break because for my own sanity. But now I go, that's what I'm trying to say to like comics, going, aye, it's all or nothing. But also, guess what? I do have my, like, I need to have something here or I can't have all or nothing. Do you know what I mean? You need to have your own brain. And that's how I'm like, don't be that harsh on yourself to, like, a lot of comics, man, because we just beat ourselves up all the time for such a happy job. I'm like, we'll just try and be a bit happier, mate. Like, look at it from a different perspective. You go, oh, fuck, I've done 28 gigs, man. Oh, my mental health. You go, no, wait. I did 28 gigs, man. That was awesome. I'm going to take a week off now because I deserve it.
Over the moon, like, because it was like one of my most successful months I've ever done comedy. I was like,
that's a shit ton for Scotland as well, mate.
And I done my first ever split bill, recorded it, released it as a special. Do you know what I mean? It all went well. But in the grand scheme of things, that month went well. But I just felt as if I can't keep doing that. So I'll take a couple of months off, get my head together.
Couple of months is insane, though.
Well, it started off as a month, and then, but I kind of pivoted where I'm still just under the 2.
You're right. That's all it is, mate. You just take as much time as you need.
Aye, and I'm still only doing the odd gig here and there, unless until next month. But like, the way I'm looking at it now is I'm still under 2 years in. I just want to perfect the craft.
Yeah.
I don't want to get big. I don't want to be that guy that, obviously I'm doing this and I'm trying to gain a following doing this, but I don't want to be, like, if you've seen these TikTokers or like YouTube stars and all that get a massive following and then go, oh, I'll put on a stand-up comedy show. Have you seen it? Aye.
Well, I've seen
and
it.
It's horrible.
Yeah, but that's their...
That's essentially what you're trying to get me to do.
No, I want you to do a 5 of a free entry open mic. Right, I don't,
sounds like I'm getting fucking set up here. What is this?
I don't want 400 people paying a tenner a ticket.
No, the issue with those guys are though,
Unless you
like,
want to.
So we are still
That's
doing, see, like, all those gigs, like you're talking about, the shitty gigs. Like, I mean, I've gigged in a cafe. I've gigged in literally, fuck knows, mate. I've gigged in naval bases. Do you know what I mean? On Memorial Days and stuff. Do you know what I mean? And died my arse. It's like we've went through, well, so far, like, you've ate all shit. Whereas these TikTok guys, they've never done stand up. They've never put on an actual show. They've never went and done an open mic. Never.
No, I can't really remember, but it was like a trend like last year. I seen about 9 or 10 of them, but it was just TikTokers putting on comedy shows for like down south and all that.
But then
You're not talking about Paul Smith and that, is he?
No, because he was a comic.
He's a comic.
Aye, no,
I'm
but Joel's
talking
like that wee group, know what I mean?
See folk that make comedy sketches and that on TikTok, and
then
they
put
are
on
funny.
Stand up.
Oh,
Right, stand up.
right.
I know what you mean, but that's what I'm saying. But the issue with them is they're not actually, they don't have an interest in doing stand up. So it's like they're. Aye, that is it. It's a
100%.
cash from it. But then what actually happens with them is, like, so a good stand-up comic, when he does a tour, odds are when he puts on a tour again, if it's good and he's a good stand-up, the same people will buy tickets and more. Whereas the people who do these sketches and then try and do an hour of stand-up, basically what happens is the people that go see them go, oh, that's dog shit. And then they never tour again. They never sell it. They never do anything again.
So I noticed there was a good few of them last year. I've not seen any as of recent, but there was a good few last year.
Hunters, there always is. And I think they think it's such an easy job to do it, mate. It's solid. Like, mate,
It's hard.
I've been doing this like probably 3 years now, right? And I still think like I don't have 10 minutes. Like, I still don't have a 10 minutes that drives me like that. I go, holy fucking shit, this is inch perfect. Aye. Because like it's not like 10 minutes to me where I would go, okay, this is how much, like, you need to go, how much am I worth per minute? And you go, in a Netflix special, you need to be worth hundreds of thousands, don't you?
Oh,
And I
100%.
go, well, my 10 minutes has to be of that standard for me to get.
Aye, you're dead, no hard on yourself, but you're dead ambitious that way, where you're like, I need to be at that level.
Aye.
Mate,
Mate,
I'm word for Ryan.
I know.
Oh, I'm clever.
I'm like that, right?
You're not
I
clever.
was expecting a sweary word or something. I go ambitious.
Fake taxi?
Not actual taxi, like HMRC. And the only reason I know shit about
Because you're avoiding it.
taxis,
That's what this is.
no, because I get done with a massive tax bill when I was self-employed before. So I know how to avoid it this time.
Oh, avoid it. Right. That's a good
No,
way to
avoid
not
the
incriminate.
bill.
Mind,
Avoid
that's
the penalty.
educational.
Yeah.
Aye,
That's for
that's
educational
educational.
purposes.
Make sure you get your UTR number and you do 100% pay or your 20% that your tax return at the end of the year, or you get sent with a $2,500 bill.
And you think I've got autism? Look how good you're with numbers.
I'm very good at numbers.
I know. No, but mate, I just think with this, you need to be like, the ego has to be left at the door all the time.
Aye. Oh.
And I lose my mind, but because it's like, mate, it's like your wee baby. And I go and write with other people though. Like all the time.
Aye.
I take my
That
premises.
that used to help me harness.
You have to, Larry, it was Pierce Higgins Pierce Higgins basically said, we should go do this. And then Larry Dean basically confirmed it when we were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
He went, when you have bits, he goes, it's the blinkers in it, you're just
Aye.
doing this. And he says, but then you have another comic, you have another comedic mind, another angle, and they come over, and then it just adds another bit, and it punches it, and then it makes it all better.
Aye.
And
Well,
that's what we do all the time.
Funny
now.
you say that, because you and Pierce were there to help me write one of my best jokes. And it's the He Tim joke.
Right, all right, aye.
Because I said it to you, and then you said, oh, you should say it like this.
Aye.
And then Pierce was like, you should do it on stage and introduce yourself with it. And I went up at Tenants and done it.
Class, mate. Aye. I don't know, well, that's the thing, there you go. There's two other comedic minds that have just combined that, well, three, sorry, that have just done that. And that's what it is. And you look at films and all that, that's why they've got multiple
Two
writers.
writers, aye.
You need it. It just, mate, you make, and that's what I want. I would never want my bit to be shit. I want it to be as good as possible. But Andy, like, I get really, see when somebody goes, oh, but try it this way, I go, what the fuck? That's my first reaction. That is, and it is, and I've said it to people, I go, I need to work on it, but it's because I love it so much, and I think you try to say, it's basically like going, you think my son's ugly. Do you know what I mean? Don't call my fucking child ugly, even though he is, he's pretty fugly, I get it. He's just needing punched up a bit, you know, like, you're needing a wee bit of surgery. And that's what it was, and then basically, like, I have this bit that I've, it's about like Down syndrome, right?
Aye.
And it's about humanising it. But the angle I was doing wasn't realistic, and the crowd couldn't associate with it. So Daniel Petrie had suggested this other angle, and then I lost my mind. I went, fuck you. I went, doesn't fucking work. It's not going to fucking work. And then I went in the same night but and tried it in his angle. and it worked. And it was better. And that's what I was saying. I was like, my initial, I will go off my nut, but I'll always try it. And if it works better, I'll abort that baby and adopt this new one. Do you know what I mean? And
Aye.
it's all just for the better of the comedy, and that's all I want. I always want the comedy to be better.
Aye,
That's
100%. Like I'm such a sponge when it comes to, see if I'm on with people, but like Paddy Linton, I'm sure he's pretty pissed off with me every time I come to Tenants, because I'm like, what feedback if you go, like, how do you think of this go, how do you think of that one? And he's refined a lot of my jokes for me, do you know what I mean?
Paddy will never be pissed off.
No, I know, I was just like, but I love Paddy. Paddy's one of the best in the scene now. He's unbelievable.
Oh, I say Paddy's like one of the best hosts.
Oh, he's
I've ever
the best host I've ever seen.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely at our level.
100%. But I think even he can give a lot of people.
Oh, mate, he
around
should be
money.
hosting like Red Rose and stuff. Like
Aye.
that.
Oh,
Absolutely,
100.
mate. Aye. All the clubs should be doing him for his like New Year spot nights. That's what he should be doing. But that's the thing, and that's how you know how fucking like sound Paddy is. He goes,
Aye.
he just goes, fuck it, my time will come.
Aye.
Like, and he
And
doesn't
he's
think he doesn't go, I am actually that shit hot. And that's the thing, I think with comics, other people need to tell you that. If you turn and go, yeah, I'm the shit. If they goes, yeah, I don't like you. Do you know what I mean?
I've been dealing with that a lot recently.
You are shit.
Aye. No, but I've started thinking, because I've not been doing as great for I've come back, and I'm like, am I
Why?
as good as I think am I? Do you know what I mean? I know.
You never are.
No.
Think you're worse all the time.
But it's not like I'm thinking, no, I'm great. It's mere thinking, so, right, I'm capable of doing a decent 15. Am I? No.
I'm not
Can I
either.
put on a decent 10? And it's like, I'm now starting to think I should go back to just doing 5 spots all the time.
Well, good, you've addressed it. That's what you need to do then. That's when you get sharper. You go, I need to do the 5s and maybe change 2 to 3 5s every time and try and get the 15 sharper. Because you go, I don't feel sharp and comfortable doing these 10s and 15s. It's probably because you've not been doing it. It's frequent.
Aye.
But that's all it is.
But before I took a break, I had a polished, sharp 10,
But it's 'cause you
and I
took
could
a
push
break.
it to a 15, and because I've took a break, I'm not as good as I used to be.
It's too long a break for stand-up.
Aye.
2 months. Like, I always...
Even, do you find if you do a gig 2 weeks apart, like, if you gig and then you've not got one for 2 weeks...
Depends what I'm
go
doing
sharp as-
comedically. Because I sit in my room, bear in mind, to a fake audience with a mic.
You do seem like the type, you've got cardboard cutouts in your wall.
I do have a cardboard cut of Ryan Reynolds.
Aye,
Love
but I
that.
mean,
Love that.
But it's because I'm not gay.
I've got a cardboard cutout of him. I see a cardboard cutout.
That's
it's just,
gay.
it's just a camera stream to his shower.
Holy shit, mate. Can you send me that? What?
I'll send you. He doesn't know I'll get holiday, man.
No, but I don't think people understand. Like, I think stand-up's one of the most disrespected arts.
Oh,
What?
Just
Mate,
wanting a wee
right,
shot
see
of the
before, let's just get some clickbait shit, right? I know what's going on. Right, see Lee Sutherland?
What colour is your
right,
knickers?
mate, do you know him and John Jones have something in common?
what?
They both love running over women.
It wasn't me this week.
Oh, I love it. I fucking love it.
There you go, some MMA content and fucking dead women and Lee Sutherland. There you go, guys.
Because you are dead into your MMA and that.
Oh, mate, I
How
love
much are you into boxing?
It depends. I'm into skilled boxing. Like, I like that. No, I like the higher top tier level. I don't really fuck with... Because, don't get me wrong, I like... Because I've trained with a lot of boys and others. A guy called Josh Thane. So he's on his third... I think 3-0 now in his pro fight. And he's only like 20.
Aye.
So he's like, I fuck with him, but that's because he's like a local guy in that. But boxing pisses me off because too many divisions, too many belts, too many corporations. And the issue is with boxing, isn't it? It's like the reason they can pay all that is because every company goes bankrupt essentially after they pay all that.
Aye.
So that's why they go, oh, why the UFC fighters not get paid more? They go, because if they did, company gets bankrupt.
Aye.
Like, as a whole. Like,
Aye, it's
at
fucked.
the time.
Aye, well,
no,
no
now.
now.
No, I get now.
Aye.
But at the time, like when they were talking about fighter pay at the time, it was more ridiculous. But now that they've got the ESPN deal and they've got trillionaires like
And the
funding
TKO merger.
it, that's where you go, it should be more money. But I don't know how, like, you mean like I
well-
watched all that Kaz Milligan.
Aye, well,
boxing
this
stuff,
is
by the way.
where I was wanting to go with it. But do you... Like, what is your take on it all? Obviously,
Right.
it can't.
I had Kaz on the pod.
Aye, I forgot about that, actually.
Right, do you know how it happened?
How?
Right, I said on a podcast, like, see when I was telling you I was all like testosterone fueled up, mate, like at my heaviest day in MMA, like I was fucking so aggressive, right, mate? Like, mate, I was like Mike Tyson minus the rape, right? Honestly, mate, like genuinely, man, I was so like.
But that's educational.
And that's an inside joke. He did rape a woman. It was a tragedy.
No, can I say that?
It was a
Can we
tragedy, but it was a tragedy.
Aye.
Was it not a tragedy? I think Trump's innocent too. On anything ever. Trump.
See?
Trump. No, right. So I had Kaz on, and it was like when I was all aggressive and fueled up, right, mate? And it was proper Mike
Did
Tyson.
you fuck him?
No, but this is how I had him on. I was on a podcast, and I went, I would love nothing more than to rip his fucking head off. Right? And you know me, I'm not like that. I'm like so chill, mate.
That's mental.
But it's, mate, you know what it's like, mate, when you go to the gym and you're just fucking, you're ready to go,
I know
mate.
what that's like, too.
You know when you become Andrew Tate, you know what I mean? You're sex trafficking women. No, no, but mate, like, I was just so fueled, mate, and I said that, and obviously he'd seen it. And then, I don't know, mate, just messaged him, and I was like, when I'd calmed down, like when I'd stopped taking trend, and fucking, I just messaged him, and I went, look, mate, I get, like, the skit that you're doing. This was before the boxing thing. And I went, I know you're looking for some promo to do some stuff for your new documentary. I said, I have seen it. And I says, I did like the whole bit about your brother and stuff. And, because Because it was like, I'm obviously about fucking around and all that. Like, I've been there, but the start of the podcast was dead serious. And, but like, mate, I'm a very like if you come to me with something, mate, I'm going to obviously like take it serious. I'm going to right, okay, is this serious? Do we need to do this? Like, what's going on? Like, and I'll
How old is she?
Mate, how old is she? What's going on? Was she 13? That's hot. What? No, but I will, mate. I will help all the bros, and so I liked that. It was dead heartwarming and stuff, and so like you just sent me a wee message, and I went. I obviously said I wanted to rip your head off from that, mate. And I
know I say, but do you want to come to this dark room with cameras?
We've all done it.
I was like, that's funny. You can't deny some grown man who doesn't actually know you as a person, knows you as your internet persona, has went, if I ever see you, I'll rip your fucking head off. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, even when I watched it, I went, aye, that's ridiculous. And then he just messaged back, and then like he came on the podcast, not in that way. And came on it and that, and no homo. But yeah, no, he's not. He's straight, apparently. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But it came on the pod stuff, and it was all right, mate. And obviously, I'd wound him up about his brother though. 'Cause I was like, so your brother was like, a lot of dads went away for milk. If you get me? And then because obviously his brother had ran away, he just left, and I was just obviously joking, going like, "I no wonder," you know. I was kind of
the way you went.
Aye, that's what I was saying. But then all that had happened. But he is like, he's sound, but I think he's very social battery drains, right? Which is so during when the camera's on, boom, 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 off, very mellow, chill, doesn't really speak much.
Aye.
Right, but that could have partially have been because
he was fearing in case you ripped his head off.
in case I ripped his fucking head off. Aye. But that's like, it must have been like, how funny is that? Is like, do you remember Joe Rogan was talking about how he extended the table because he had Mike Tyson on,
Aye.
and it was when he was training and camp, and he could tell he was dead aggressive, ready to fight. That must have been like how Kaz felt when I was like across the table, just testosterone, like. So your brother ran away. You know what I mean? The milk. But that was kind of my interaction with him, and I hadn't spoke since. And like all I had said to him, I went, "Big up, son, doing the boxing thing, mate." Because I was like, I love motherfuckers that
do shit.
Like, mate, come on, like you can't hate on him, right? For this, you can't hate on him for trying shit and trying to put Scotland on the map. Because we are so shite to ourselves all the time, just downplay ourselves, shitting each other. And that's how it's like, that's the class thing about Scotland, but it's also the really shite thing. It's why we don't progress in anything as much. It's like when we go, oh my God, we've got like James McAvoy, and then America go, we've got about 8 billion of him. Do you know what I mean? And you go, because we're all cheesy and we love supporting one another. You know what I mean? But like, I go, yeah, there's a limit. I get that, but there's also a limit to like, shitting on yourself so much. So I try to see the good side in him, and that's what I seen. Like,
aye,
no,
it's the boxing match.
The
boxing match, I give him credit.
It's
stealing the money.
Well, that's what we're going to talk about, innit? Like this is like Daza. Shout out Daza.
Aye.
He's the bro. Love him. I watch his shit all the time, and I think he's so underrated as a content creator in general. So shout out the bro Daza. And mate, I watched that full video, and I was like. Aye.
It's like 8.5 minutes or something like that.
Makes sense.
And he just blatantly robbed it. Like, the way he breaks it down.
I go to Chris's house. Like, Chris's house saved my life. Like, that reprogrammed my brain.
I've done it. I've used it.
Like, my therapist, I spoke to you behind camera, like, about her so many times. I was like, she's one of the most beautiful human beings ever. And the fact he stole money from he has underfunded a place that saves my life and other people's is fucking, that's nuts, mate. You know what I mean? That's
but
like...
Gigi needs a holiday. So don't sit there.
To be fair, it did look warm. That's exactly. Mate, people aren't thinking about that. You know, that poor woman didn't have a Rolex or a holiday before that, right? So
and her fanny went unvajazzled.
Exactly. So forget. No.
Yes.
But like genuinely, forget about like me hanging from a tree. Fuck that. I need to go somewhere sunny. That rhymed. That did rhyme. But you know what I mean, mate? Mental, just mental. But so.
Aye, but would you go on one in the boxing? Kids?
No, I already said no.
No.
It's not that it wouldn't be fair. It's like that. I know that other guy had been like doing kickboxing for ages, but it's the reason I don't spar anymore. I don't do MMA. Like, is because we need our brains. We need to be sharp all the time. Like, this means more to me than some fucking stupid boxing match. Like, that's not gonna, like, me putting out a clip, right? Like, me being more on social media. Like, we were talking about this before. I stopped doing social media because I sucked at stand-up, and the social media was progressing. Like, the podcast, I was basically like the comics.
I watched Farless before I had any of this.
But I sucked at stand-up. Like, I was shite. And now I know I can basically, like, I've made enough friends, like yourself and like Pierce, Stu, Tom, myself, and the list goes on and on, right, Robin. I'm missing loads, right, where I can go host a Fatherless Friends, like, stand-up night. I can host it. I can do 15 to 20 minutes. Like, obviously, to my standard, the 15 will be shite. And then I'm just trying, like, 5, right? Okay? And I can do that now, so I can sell shows. So that's why I want to start posting again. But at the time, I couldn't, mate. Like, what was I going to sell? Bullshit. And it's Simon.
That's a problem. The kind of fight I'm fighting now.
But then that's where you go, guys, if you want, it's like the Brendan Schwab thing. He rushed his career, where it's like, I don't agree with, yes, you had. No, that's the point, but there's a reason he isn't, and it's because he rushed it. He went, I have 1 million followers, it means I have to go do theatres everywhere. So no, you can still go do the shitty open mics, just don't announce it.
Aye. Don't
Jerry
announce
Seinfeld does it at the fucking, like, every club ever.
Chappelle shows up.
Exactly.
Aye.
So he could have done that, and then basically for, like, his podcast could have still grew. He could have still grew on social media, whatever. But he didn't have to sell stand-up shows, and it's Simon Wozniak, who's a Scouse comic.
I know Simon.
He taught me this, and it was like, it's nothing to do with the money. It's not about people, like, because money comes and goes. You're always going to have money. You're always going to buy shit. People are always going to spend 20 to 50 quid on bullshit regardless, right?
Aye.
But it's about time. It's time that people are giving up out of their life to come see you. So you need to put on a fucking show, mate. Like, that's what I want to do for people. I want to put on a show. I want people to go there and go, oh man, the fucking 5 hours I gave out of my life was worth it.
Aye.
No, the 20 quid. Like, I would never charge 20 quid. I try and make the tickets as cheap as possible for any Fatherless thing. That's why I did it at Tenants.
£5 a ticket.
I made it lower for the first one. I made it lower. I went 4 quid. And I went, and I'll just pay that. I'll pay whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'll pay any excess. I don't care. Because I want people to come to
the show.
And have a good time. And mate, I am a degenerate, broke comic. Right, I am. But like, I'm trying to make something. Like, I'm trying to make it, and so I understand struggles with money. So even people who are even well off, I'm like, yeah, but you're still struggling somewhere. So I still want to make it cheap for you. Like, come have a laugh, because that's what I'm wanting to do. Like, the last live show we did sucked. It was awful. Just shite, mate. We're just
with
shite.
the Father's Live.
Aye, because we're basically doing a late night show now, live. Like, when we go live, we get like comics to come on and do spots, like old Johnny Carson.
Aye.
So we want like comics to come on, be able to do a spot, and then it gets like recorded and put on YouTube, but it's like in front of like a live audience. It's like a Jimmy Fallon stuff like that, right? And don't know, mate. It was just what you forget is, like, we're not a $1 billion company. Where it's all like paid audience members. Right. They get to help to laugh, get to help to engage, do all this. And obviously I'm like a fucking nut job, mate. Like, when I'm in like a comedic environment, I'm like, how silly or how far can I drag this without MD getting uncomfortable? So I'm like trying to gauge the metrics when we're doing that. And it's difficult to do that when you're doing that for like a live show. And and then just like an audience member said something mental, and it just made people feel uncomfortable, mate.
Oh, that's a bust.
I don't want people to ever feel uncomfortable.
Aye, but another question I've got to ask, right, is
obviously, yes, I'm gay.
Aye,
I knew it.
Well, I knew. No, but see with the, like, because out there's not a lot of comics, at least at our level, that are on camera all the time and in front of stages. Right. What do you prefer? Being on camera, because I love being on stage. That's where I feel the happiest. Depends.
Is it my OnlyFans or? Nah. Oh, mate, stage
like, all day.
I say this as cheesy as it is, mate. Like, because I was in foster care my whole life, right? And then like I got adopted and stuff, and I never felt at home, mate, until I went on a stand-up stage. See, when I went on that stand-up stage, it was as if all my insecurities and anxieties and depression and my PTSD, everything went away. Like, everything, mate. It's just, I know it's dead cheesy, but the second that happened to me, mate, like the second I went on that stage,
it's a bug.
I went, oh fuck, I'm home. That was the feeling. I went, oh my
there is
God, I'm home.
two places in life I feel at home, and it's on a comedy stage in front of an audience, whether it's 2, 5, 10, 100,
Yeah.
or Parkhead.
And it's weird, mate, because you do play
You know
with
what I mean?
Celtic.
Aye.
No, I don't. That's just what it. I don't know. It's just I don't know. Like, what do like you're obsessed with the gym, mate?
Yes.
Like, see, every time you go for a session, it must be so euphoric.
Aye, so I built up aggression anyway.
Right.
I still work in retail. What a fucking laugh it is.
You must want to rip everybody's head off, mate, all the time.
24/7, all the time.
People do suck. Like, that's it. People forget, and I know it's like, it's because, like, and I've tried to be nice, like, people go, yeah, because people are having, like, human experiences and going through their own thing. But you go, but it doesn't excuse you for being an arsehole in general. Like, in retail.
Aye,
Like,
it's hilarious. So I always get people coming in the back going, oh, geez, a customer's going to Just Eat drivers are the worst for it.
right?
Talk to the manager. I've walked it, and obviously in the Greg's uniform, I don't look like a wee git. Fuck!
He's trying not to mention where he works.
He's trying to what?
Mention where he works, because he gets sacked from McDonald's.
He works in Burger King.
Ah, that's twice.
He works in KFC.
We'll just bleep it.
Aye.
Five Guys, Subway. I'm just.
No,
gonna-
Five Guys is just what he orders to his house. And it's not a burger.
Did you see that sketch I did with it? It was so shite, mate. I went. There's basically, it says on the thing, it says man mayonnaise and Five Guys. And I went down and went like that. Holy shit, man, it's the real Five Guys. and then I was like, why have they done that? It's so fucking weird.
Man mayonnaise.
That's what it said on it.
Mm.
1 and 2.
It's like a spicy meal at McDonald's I used to work at.
Okay, what's going on here?
Well, I only done that twice.
Aye.
It was your official
Because I was on
job.
holiday.
I took a 2-week holiday and I had to stay on the chiller and wank my pan in.
But then, so, see when you were doing the live, like, sketches and skits and stuff,
Yes.
did that not give you, like, a proper buzz, mate?
Aye, but
Was it the views that gave you a buzz or doing it?
both. So
Right.
ever since I was a wee guy, I think I've got I was got to say narcissistic nature, an inferiority complex almost. See whatever I'm doing, I feel like I need to be doing it better than everybody else. I've been like that ever since I was a wee boy. Like aye.
Aye.
But it's like school I didn't really bother me, but see when it came to stuff like the gym or like when you were a wee guy, or when people start talking about getting your hole in it. See if I heard like my mate's home free, I was like, what? I'm slept one day. So that was me, man. I was.
Wait,
Then it was the gym.
how fucking funny your life could have, like, went, like, different. If it was, like, a gay dude, he went, I was just banging fuck at this guy, and you're like, I haven't even banged any guys. And then it's just you reeling horrors at dudes, mate. Oh, that dude was awesome. Oh,
So,
mate.
no, obviously, day to day I still feel like that, but I can suppress it a lot more. But because I'm older,
What
and
do
I'm
you
a star,
suppress with? Like, is it like you're like, right, I need to just do it with
I'm
stuff
going to go
that
to the
I'm-
gym tonight.
So that's it.
I do
yeah.
push pull leg split. There's only one day I'm not there, but usually because of obviously what I do,
Aye.
I can. So see, it's a rest day shit day. I'm like, man, I'm like, no, I'll get that. My way to do legs, fuck it. That's me. I am sound. Now this might not get back in the house to 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll start at 4.
Fucking hell, mate.
But I love it, mate.
It's just
Love
that's just how you need to get it.
Aye, like there was a time last Christmas when I couldn't go to the gym for 2 months because I was ill, like my bowels and everything.
Oh, mate. What did you have?
It was like just everything was coming at me. I see, to be
A
honest.
guy called Jerry.
See, to be
I was
honest,
full of semen, just Phil.
I think I damaged my stomach a bit for the orals and stuff like that. So for 3
well,
months,
the orals
I've
from Steve.
got them off of him. Slept like a baby,
Oh,
but pretty much took everything out my system. One
Fucking
Christmas,
hell,
lost everything, and in the house for 2 weeks, and I was going to kill somebody. Couldn't go out my bed, and I couldn't go to the toilet myself, but somebody was going to die.
So what were you like during lockdown?
Murder. That's where I developed my coke addiction
Oh, of course.
for educational purposes.
It's just that sugar, man. See when it touches your lip and you drink it, it's just so
Aye.
delicious, Coke.
But see, because you were sitting in the house all the time,
Aye.
and I was still on pretty much all my pay for furlough because the hours I had been
Of
doing
course, aye.
previously, I was just constantly having £400 or £500 come in at each payday, and it didn't really get in. So I was like, what else am I going to do? Am I going to save this for my future in case I have a wedding during this lockdown?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to put hundreds of Fanta up my nose.
Yep, mate. That's literally like that was when I full on went. Oh, I'm an alcoholic. 'Cause
Aye.
that's what I just did during lockdown. I just walked literally to the shop every morning.
Yes,
get
mate.
booze, straight.
Yes, 10 o'clock hits.
That's it.
Straight to the shop, drop off, back down, and it's the same. Mate, I fucking remember sitting on Zooms and all that.
Oh, mate, it's
Fuck.
awful. I fucked it, man, up.
Aye.
Mate, so
Mate.
funny.
Aye.
That's how I get big on TikTok.
I'm starting to think I should have realised I had a problem.
You should have realised you had a problem the second you fucking Ronaldo'd your hair, you dick. Like, wait, that was nuts.
Oh, I love it. That's
Lockdown
just...
was the worst.
Aye.
Like, it just was awful
So-
to be a
I
human.
didn't mind lockdown.
I had great fun, like in an actual physical. I had a great time, but because I had that great time, that put me in a dark hole for a good few years after it.
It was like, that good time only could have lasted during
Yes.
COVID.
Like I can't lie, I had a fantastic time, but with the years after that, couple of years, it was the worst period of my life that I really had to sort myself out with.
So, did you go to any meetings of that?
No, well, actually, I did because I went to one of prescriptions, prop something, e-blockers.
By the way, you alright talking about this? Sorry.
Aye, I'm
okay,
sound.
sorry.
Proper something that's e-blockers. Went
Right.
to them, took one of the anxiety and depression tests. Came back with a heavy high score on it. Was supposed to go to psychiatrists and stuff like that. But because this was community lockdown, could
No.
never ever get one.
No. Mate, I'm still on waiting lists.
Then we
I
hang
only got a doctor a month ago from changing in lockdown.
for your depressed mood.
Oh,
For your suicide attempt. No, but, but then, so you just never went to therapy?
No. So I done a lot of. Anybody that looks online, you can find a lot of infamous AA pages. It's basically just like forums and stuff like that, especially on Reddit and things.
Bad,
I was just starting to realise I had a bit of an addiction, especially when like I was getting chucked at my mom. I was at my mom's house for months.
Oh, mate.
I've got away in that I need to grow up and be a dad for,
Must
which I
hurt
was
more
struggling
because
to
I
do.
always feel shite when I hurt my mum more.
Aye,
Like, it
knew that
comes
knew
more.
that I'm
Like, it
older.
hurts more when you hurt your mum.
I knew that I'm
I
older
wouldn't
and I
know.
think back on. Aye, I know you would.
um,
That
Get
My
up,
mum
you
does-
mate.
I don't love my mum. My mum doesn't love me, so we're all good.
I never won her, but she has a point. We're pretty cool.
What?
Don't worry, we'll get you on Who Are You and we'll talk about all these issues.
Aye,
Don't
aye.
worry. You as well, definitely.
I actually said that for this pod started. As I see all the wee trauma dumps I've dipped. Somebody's one day going to try and put it on timeline order.
But I am proper like that, mate. Like, see, when I'm around people, because like I notice it because it's game recognises game. You know what I mean?
Do you know? I say that's what makes me. I'm not going to sit here and go, I'm fucking hilarious, right? I think a lot of my jokes stem from stuff that's happened to me anyway.
Aye.
That's
No,
what
it
makes them
is.
so dark.
That's stand-up comedy.
That's only what's real. You talk about real stuff that's went bad. That's what's funny. Nobody laughs at success. But the funny thing is, it's like you become success. You become success. It's so funny. I can't even say the word because I can't stop laughing. You become so. It's weird. Like, you get so successful at being depressed
Aye, yes,
at bad things happening.
aye.
That's what stand up is. You get
Aye.
successful
No,
with bad
that's what
stuff.
kind of TikTok was like.
TikTok is that. TikTok is a cesspool of shit. Like, this is the thing, like Kaz Milligan. I go, like, my main question to Kaz is, no, what are you? An influencer isn't a thing, not a job. You guys, right, you influence people, but you influence them with what? And he went, oh, you know, like, I influence them with influencing. I went, it's not a thing. I went, you influence him by doing creative things. What is the creative thing you're doing? And I'm like, you're spouting bullshit. That's the issue. And I was like, it's the same issue I have with like Logan Paul and all that. It's like, what are you going to be remembered for? Like, odds are Logan Paul is only going to, like, he can try and redeem his career as much as he wants. And it's like,
He's
by doing
killing it in the
WWE.
WWE.
No, but
isn't
that's
he?
what I'm
He's
saying. He
killing
can-
it.
His
He's-
bud's been run through a few times,
Aye.
hasn't she?
Aye, I
That's
think
that. That's
No, but my issue is like, you can try and redeem yourself with all the podcasts you want, all the WWE shit you want, but in between that, you've disrespected religion, you've recorded and laughed at someone killing themselves, you've also slept with your brother's girlfriend, you've also like humiliated your entire family. Like, that's what you're going to be remembered for. Like, I want to be remembered for just putting a smile on somebody's face.
Aye.
Like, that's, do you know what I mean? That's my influence. I want to be the guy that's known for making you laugh, you happy, even though I might be sad. I'm sad all the time, mate, but I'm working on it. Like, that's the thing. I'm sad all the time, but that's why I want to make you guys happy. But then you go, Kaz, what do you want to do? And you go, I'm trying to influence and inspire people. But I'm like, but with what? Bailey, like cheating, robbing, stealing from people like who, like, mate, I can't explain how difficult it is living with depression and how much Chris's house helped me. Like, I would be dead if it wasn't for them, and he is underfunding them. These are the issues. Like, that's what you need to be remembered for. Would you guys?
Aye, mate,
Aye.
took
Aye.
the words out my mouth there.
But what do you get? That's the thing. You
Aye.
guys want to be
This is-
remembered for making somebody laugh.
I say that.
You as well.
I say that I want to bring other people joy
Aye.
because I struggle to bring it to myself. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
And you
it's-
struggle to feel it.
It's entertainment, and see, that's what I think the problem is with this generation. See too many people, too many influencers. I want to be like them. Why? Because they're popular, because they get brand deals, or because a lot of people know them. But what do they bring to your life?
You also need to think about, right,
Oh,
sorry, you go, popularity does not mean your life in general is better. Popularity to me, like, is just a fad, a phase. I was popular at school for one time, so were you guys. But the actual, like, the impact is what happens after school when you all get jobs and full-time life. Who sticks around? Who do you love? That's like, what's the cherished relationships? Not, I have 1 million followers. Like,
Aye.
I go, I have 21.6 followers, but I also have a mother who loves me more than anything. Like that's like my career life. Like that's what I want. Like I need more. Like I do need more followers to obviously pursue the career I want to.
Yes.
Put more smiles on people's faces, right?
Yep.
But I also want to put like your life has to be like in place. Like it has to be.
Aye.
Like Jake Paul doesn't have real friends. He doesn't have a real guy turning around like used to, man. Used to have bros. When you were fucking up or having
Aye.
that fucking off, mate, you worried I was sick because we
Aye.
wanted to be there for you. Odds are Jake Paul goes missing. You're only worried sick because he's paying you.
Aye,
You're
Or you're
losing
hoping
money.
that he's dead.
But then you look at Mike Tyson, you go, oh,
he's just a
he's
bad
a
man.
rapist, degenerate, like hanging. And you go, aye. No, come on, to rape somebody, you can't look up to somebody who's ever done that.
That's why most people look down on me.
He went to jail,
really
man,
would.
for years, dog. Like, he even admitted it, like. Dog, he fucking.
I can't believe you just said dog.
He has, but mate.
We're talking about
I
Mike
didn't
Tyson.
know if that's what he said. Did I know that? I
Honestly.
did like reflect my brain. I was like, what?
Me and Lewis were talking about this.
Going to
mate.
jail, dog.
No, but listen to this, mate.
Cool.
Me and Lewis were saying this. Think about it. If I'm in a conversation, right, and if I just got to, right, Ryan, mate, you're going to like kind of half switch off. I go, Ryan, dog. You're going to go, dog. And you've got to be locked in. You've got to be like, he said dog, so I'm going to listen to what he's saying. Works, mate. You were locked in, weren't you?
Or you
Aye.
want to just sit here and start barking?
That's
Because
because
you definitely walk in if I started barking. Mate. You're like, what the fuck? I love how I've just come on here, mate, and just started TikTok beef, and I actually don't want any of it.
aye.
Like,
This is what I do, but this is my thing. See, because he's a TikToker, I'm a comedian, right? And we're
is that what
trying
you'd
to,
say you are? What does that mean, being a TikToker, though?
well, he comes from the TikTok world,
Right.
where he built a following on TikTok.
I mean, much more than that.
Aye, I know he is,
He's a
but
fucking gym-loving cokehead.
Yes. So,
No,
so obviously
genuinely.
he was talking about wanting me to get up to the 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I joined last week. He literally told me in the motor, came back to my sister, said I joined, fell asleep, man.
Respect.
Wrote this full thing in my head. My phone to him, I was like, here, mate. So today with Pinocchio growing up to be a real boy and developing a coke addiction.
Well, that's
Because
gonna
I've got a big nose.
I like it. It's going to be awesome already.
Aye. I've not wrote it, but that's...
So every time you lie, you're like, oh, I need to actually lie because the line can be longer. I get a better high. So you're like going out your way to like lie all the time to just get bigger highs. That's hilarious, mate. That's so fucking funny.
aye. But this is what I
Oh,
mean.
mate, edit that out. I've just. Have you got to do that on stage then?
Aye.
You want me to
I
edit
want
that
to
out?
get me to
Nah,
a
fuck
five
it. It
or
doesn't matter.
Aye, because we'll need to expand it and
fuck
punch it up.
Mate, we'll punch it up, mate. That's awesome.
Aye.
No, but I will make you like aware. It'll be shite. The whole 5 minutes
Aye,
will be the worst.
I've already said, look, see being in front of camera and stuff like this, even
See, that's
no
why
matter
I
what
asked-
Nick I'm in, I'm sound like this, I'm so comfortable. See the second I'm in a crowd, see like when I'm out in public, we spoke about it the last time, see people come up to me, like, oh, you're in for TikTok. It happened at Creamfield, and I can't even say, double, right?
Is that not your back garden? No, right.
The number 2, Charlie Bravo, right?
Right.
A lot of them, and people, oh, you're in for TikTok. I'm walking past people like, no. It was, my mate's like, yes.
But do you just think that's because you're not?
No, I hate it when people come up and do it. Hate it when people come up and do it in
It's
my
so
work as well.
awkward. Like,
It's like, oh, you're hanging me, and I'm like, aye.
The weird part is when, obviously, and that's the thing, you go, I'm amazed MD would watch me, mate. Like,
Aye.
like that's
After
the
some
thing.
of the things I've said on the internet.
But I like watching you.
No,
Because I recognised you the first time we met. Because I'd watched Fatherless before I stood on a stage.
right, that's mental. Because, right, This,
And
right,
at
this
that
is, I'm going to make a
Baby
joke
Reindeer
here. This must be like your World Cup having me on this. Now.
Kind of. It feels as if it's came full
Imagine
circle.
I was that much an arsehole. This must be a bit. No, I remember
No,
mate,
but
you
it's
tell
came
me that,
from-
and
aye.
you tell me that, and I says, "Don't ever tell me that again." I says, "We're like pals." I says, "Just be
But
pals."
this is when it came
Aye.
full circle.
Aye,
But
mate.
I remember you posted a photo of us on that night at Tennant's.
That was my first headline.
And I'm
ever.
at my birthday at the time. I'm like, I'm on Sean Chalmers' Instagram.
Oh, mate, don't make me. Thank God I've got these on a actual greet, mate. Because it is, mate. That's such a like, especially when it comes to a comic, mate. That means the
Aye.
world to me because we're on the same level.
Aye.
Like when it comes to like our minds want to operate the same way. Like when it comes to so we understand comedy and you're like so the fact I do a comedy retarded podcast, mate, and like all the and like comics came up to me and went, "Oh mate, I used to watch you before I even started it." That's like mate, that fucking means everything to me. That's
Well,
I mean,
that's how I got
wild.
to know there was a Scottish comedy scene. Do you know what I mean? It was your podcast.
me. I'm the introduction. Oh, I'm like the worst introduction. No, it's just like I had started the podcast like this is the dead weird thing. I'm like in the weird time lapse of I had 2 gigs before the pandemic.
Oh,
And then
right.
basically, obviously got the bug, and I had recorded like 2 episodes of the pod.
Mm-hmm.
So like I had everything locked and like ready to go, and then COVID came, mate. Like lockdown and just ruined me. Like just ruined everything. Obviously, like I was
Aye.
completely gone, mate. Mental health, okay, everything just went, and that's you couldn't do anything, couldn't see anything. And that's the thing, because I've been in like foster care and like I was adopted. Family to me is friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I have like really close, I've got really close friends like who I class as family members and like brothers. And when I become close to people in a certain way, it's like I get really attached, mate. So then when I couldn't see him, like my friends, because obviously I was just my mum and I,
Aye.
and because my dad had passed, and holy shit, mate, like my
Your
mum and I,
dad dead?
he's very dead. But my mum and I hadn't been like I speak about it on the podcast I do here. Like, who are you? She's talking about like I was a proper like daddy's boy. Like I love my dad. I obviously love my mum, mate. I still did, but you know what I mean. Like you do have your favourites. It's the same with them. They've got favourites.
Aye.
You know what I mean? And
I'm definitely not my mum's.
no, are you fucking mate? 110% that. No, you're nobody's favourite. No, mate, you're my favourite. That's all that matters. And but
I
I
just
mate,
think you're a bit of a prick, to be honest.
and lockdown was obviously awkward for me because my mum and I were grieving. My
Aye.
dad been dead, like still been about like 3 years, and then this lockdown obviously had happened, and then we had been put together in this awkward like environment of both of us grieving, and I'm an alky. My mum doesn't know that, you know what I mean? So then it's like this pure weird conflicting thing, and it just kind of fucked me, mate, where I didn't have any interest in wanting to pursue anything. I just wanted to die. Like I no longer wanted to go back on stage and feel at home. Because I didn't when I was in lockdown, because I couldn't go feel at home.
Aye.
It fucked me, mate. And then and that was like what the trait of autism came, because I can't process and regulate and push out. I have to physically push out emotion. So like it's very daunting to live with that. And then when you live with that on your own during lockdown, not knowing why that, so I had to learn that in the past year, why I can't feel that, why I don't love my mum initially. Do you know what I mean? Why I don't feel happiness all the time. I had to like live with that, mate, and it was really weird to like live with my mum because she didn't know that, I didn't know that, and we didn't know we were both grieving so much. Like I grieve all the time from it, like mate, like
Grief doesn't stop it. Just you find a bite of it.
exactly. It becomes manageable, and that's I didn't know how to manage it, and I still don't. That's what I tell people. I'm like, I'm not a great or good human. I'm just a person who's getting better, like trying to get better all the time, mate. Like I've done bad stuff, I've been bad. Everyone has, like, you're human. And that's all it is. You don't think there's anybody that's initially just good. I think everybody's just trying to improve. And that's what I had to do, mate. And see, just, mate, being in that environment with your mum, mate, it made me just give up on humanity, like, being a human. Because I was like, I should love this woman. I should not be, like, so sad here all the time. I should be able to comfort her. Like, I remember one time with my female best friend, she had, like, an abortion. I didn't know how to react to it.
Aye.
So that's like such a fucked up thing, and that's what I.
That's the slosh bit. See, in the slosh bit, and he talks about the dad, his pal's dad dying.
Aye, but but like, yeah, I basically had to I realised why like relationships hadn't worked like previously, why friendships hadn't worked, and it's because I wasn't emotionally available, and you have to be. And then I realised that from reprogramming my brain, like I am an emotional person, I just have to be able to be shown it and allow it more. And that's the PTSD thing mixed with some form of autism apparently. And then I had to live with that with being an alky, mate, like during lockdown and not knowing how to love my mum. And then it brought a lot of friction. And then when I reprogrammed my brain, fuck me, man, like mate, I actually cannot explain the love I have for my mum. And that's why I think like when you like we were going back to, man, like I hate disappointing my mum because it cuts you up so much. And mate, learning that emotion to know how to feel sad for disappointing my mum, mate, that fucking broke me because I just started crying, mate, and I didn't know how. I was like, what's going on here? What is this? What are these tears and what are these emotions? Why are they all impacting? And then my mum took her time. It was like I learned to become a son again and she learned to become a mum. It was pure beautiful, mate. And that's what we're just still doing now.
Good. And
mate, I didn't think I was going to survive. And then, mate, and then it came out and then she just supports, see, that's comedy, mate. She's just so, just go, man, and just don't, she's like, do not give this up. It's the only, she went, it's the only thing you've ever liked. I've had hundreds of jobs, mate. I've been to college hundreds of times, hated everything. It's the only thing I've ever cared about. And my mum noticed that. And that's why she just pushes it. And I never noticed my mum was so caring and giving. Like, my mum and dad adopted and fostered hundreds of kids over the years. And that's why I always get annoyed at people. They go, you don't know what it's like, diversity and all that. And I go, my household was diverse. Mate, we had black, brown, you name it, anything, white, gay, fucking... mate, we had trans before it was a thing. No, we genuinely did.
You were behind the curve.
Genuinely, no, mate. There was a guy who stayed in the house who didn't know what it was, and he used to go and steal pants from washing lines and wear them because he felt comfortable and he didn't know who he was. And my mum and dad were so progressive and aware, and they were just supportive in there, and that's what I'm saying. This was, bear in mind, this was like 20 years ago, mate. This is not like these. I always say to my mum, and I said with my dad, I said, you deserve to have been like knighted or given medals or something. I said, what you have done for children, because every foster child I've ever spoke to says the exact same thing who's been there. They say it's the only place where they felt it was a home. And that's the thing with foster like care. They forget that. Like,
I think we need more people like that in the world.
I don't know why they don't go to my mum and ask for like info and like advice and go, how did you guys make this so warm for everyone? Because mate, foster care's so daunting and it's difficult. Like, aside
I've known
from
a few boys that have been in it, and it's not been the greatest experience.
And they're all the same when they come out. Like, the other end of it, it's the depression. Like, see the night I went to kill myself, my mum obviously had to phone my social worker. She phoned my social worker went, oh, is he dead too? Because I think it was like 2 or 3 other children, foster children, had done it the same night. Had went to hang herself.
How numb do you need to be to that job? That's
mate,
fucking
it's
hot.
such a... Well, you need to... It's about protecting the child, but the thing is like, the child's protection ends once it's been taken away. So I got protected in the way of... I got taken off. Like, it's like why I'm writing a show called Fostered But Not Cared. I was fostered, right? But then for a while I wasn't cared. And then my biological brothers who got fostered, they didn't hit the jackpot. Like, I learned what a family was. And my biological brothers never did. And that's kind of weird because they went that way with foster care and I went that way. So it's like 2 different angles. And that's what I'm saying. The trauma alone of just getting taken off your parents, you do not get therapy. Like, I didn't get any therapy. I only got therapy
feel like that should be...
after literally hanging from a tree. Like, I could have died, that's the difference. Like, the other ones died. And that's what I was like trying to say to people, like, the awareness of it's pure weird, mate. It's like your pals who have been in it have PTSD or they have depression, they have issues, and they don't go to therapy. They won't tell you, and they will end up like how I was. It's because I know hundreds of foster children, mate, and it's the same story. It's like,
and see, you don't hear much of that.
No, you don't. And that's like, I was wanting to kind of talk about it like with this stand-up show. Like, I'm doing like I'm writing it. I'm not doing it yet because I'm not a good enough comic, but I'm writing a show.
No, I'm just pure tuned in.
I'm just worried because he's on his like trying emotional period.
He'll great. But
Aye.
that's why, like,
He's great in the pod before. I'm
No,
just
mate.
making sure because he has a period moment.
but no, mate, that was like, mate, I just wanted to write a show that was like talking about how serious it is, but also let you know how like I have came out the other side and like I'm a comic, so I will make it funny, but I'll let you know how fucking difficult it has been. Like it's been difficult for me, right? And I for like all the like the anxiety of never knowing where you're going next. I think that's one of the main things I think foster children don't like talk about.
Aye.
Because mate, for like I'm still like I can't get adopted because with the time I wanted to get adopted, I was an adult.
Aye.
So do you know what I mean? So for all that time, I had the anxiety of not knowing where my next home was, and that's like for a child, isn't it? Like
Aye.
aye. No, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying I still obviously didn't know if I was going to get a family. That was always the anxiety I had. But I still got it. Aye. But I don't give a fuck about the paper.
Aye.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like
It just never got round to it because it didn't matter.
no, it never mattered because and it was so weird. Like we just forgot. And I think that's such a funny way to talk
And
about that. To go, we forgot to like adopt this beautiful
Child.
boy that we love. Aye, and mate, I'd never felt so much love off them, and that's why I feel so sad for the foster children that didn't get what the home
That you got.
Well, the realisation that the clarity that I finally got that I'd known that I have actually been loved since the second I got there. I never knew that till like last year, mate. I didn't know how much love I had missed. Like they had just loved me, mate, and I was unknown. I was a complete stranger. Every one of them, they adopted their kids as well. That was the thing. Couldn't have kids, adopted kids. All they wanted was like that was their purpose in life, mate. Have a family and make them happy. Just show them like how much love we can give them. And I just think that's like
That's
it's one of the most beautiful things ever, mate. And I will cry.
aye.
Man, fuck
bro.
this deep as fuck, man.
Aye.
I'm alright. Just a bit baked.
But that's what I'm saying. People like who, when they see me do stand up, often don't see that I'm obviously a fucking emotional guy, but it's because
Aye.
I've suppressed it for so long.
Aye. And I think there's a good couple of jokes you do, and it does take you to places that a lot of comics would shy away from.
It's because I've been there though.
Aye.
That's
I
the
know.
thing, innit?
And you're talking from experience.
See, getting back to that, right? See now that obviously you do feel your emotions more.
Yeah.
Do you know? Think that like sometimes it does catch you off guard if you still feel like you just don't feel them, then something will get you. And like see that I still before I met my missus and that I was in the same situation. I just didn't care. I think I just mainly didn't care. But obviously
You
got
didn't
the way-
care because you had. This is where it comes from. You actually do care. I don't care doesn't exist. I do care always exists because you do. So it's basically you've just had a traumatic response and that's what it is. I don't care. You've suppressed that emotion rather than just feeling it and actually dealing with it. And that's all it is. To allow the feeling to come out, you need to actually have clarity, realisation, ownership.
No.
And you need to have the reality. Like, mate, there was I don't want to talk about it here because it's really fucked up and I'm talking about it in another time, but like I went through a sexual abuse thing, right? And I trapped it. I trapped it and I hid it from my therapist. She went, there's a gap here in your timeline. How do you not remember this?
Aye.
And I went, oh, well, because obviously
Aye.
I'm lying to you, I'm hiding it, I don't want to admit it. And once I admitted it, mate, the fucking relief and the feeling of actually knowing the emotions and that, going through it, mate. Like, it's the numbness, man. It's like, and I'm not saying I feel all the time, like, mate, I'm probably numb 95% of the time, but I'm trying my best to just project any emotion all the time, like all the time. And I think that's why you probably react angrily to things, because you're frustrated, because you don't want to admit the emotion. Because that's why I act angry. I don't truly want to open up. That's all it is.
But that's what I find a lot of the time now. So when I'm with Wayne, like see we're sitting watching.
But it must be effortless with her.
Oh my god!
You seen the Sal Volcano thing? Because he's like us. He's like, I can feel the emotion sadness, like it's second nature. But happiness, he went, I really need to dig out for it. And I'm like that as well. But he says with his daughter, he goes, the second he looks at her, like it's second nature happiness. That must be the same with you guys.
It is nuts. Like sitting watching films on Disney and that, And there's me sitting greeting it in Canto. Know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck is happening with me? Do you know what I mean?
Poor wee lassie.
Or if, like, I don't know, man, like, a video on Facebook was going about it. And obviously the two Waynes, their dad had died, but see, every year on their birthday, their ma took them to the grave, and I'm sitting there fucking howling, man. She's in the bed sleeping next to me, and I'm fucking howling.
So, see when you guys became dads, like, was that just changed, like, emotions just, boom, flew in?
For me, no instantly.
No
That
instantly?
was still a heavy cokehead.
Right, right.
The more she came into my life, the more I started to realise what I needed to do. Like, I got a better job and
What
stuff
changes
like that.
you needed? That's amazing, mate.
And that's, obviously I've done stuff like DMT. Previously, like, that's when I started to realise I had the addiction. But through coming off and having the Wayne coming into my life, mate, it was like, holy fuck, I need to get a better job. I can't keep working the same job. I need to do more. Obviously, I don't see her as much as like once, twice a week sometimes, but generally, see when like she's with me, I'm like, why do I not feel like this all the time?
Aye.
It's
Mate,
been nuts.
mate, I cannot wait to be a dad.
It's the
I
best thing.
cried at the
man.
birth. I remember.
Oh, mate.
I didn't think, like, I do jokes about the birth
Yeah,
of my
yeah,
child and that, right? But genuinely, I remember, like, biting the piss as I do on the way up, and then when labour really started kicking in and the Wayne was coming out, I remember as the nurse was on the moor, I just broke down in tears, sobbing.
Oh, mate.
And I hadn't done that in years.
Why was that? Just joy?
Just absolutely that. I can't explain it. It's a different
Is it
feeling.
wonder? Are you like, oh my god, look at
Holy
this?
shit.
Aye, wow.
Like, in my head, probably it's like a WWE crowd going, holy shit, holy shit.
It's even new.
That's the only way I can explain it.
My Wayne's 2.5, right? And I'll still sit the I'll sit in the living room and she just runs past. I'm like, fuck, I've got a Wayne. That's right.
Do you forget? I just
Aye.
forget sometimes,
No, but
man.
no, and I'll just lie in bed next to her, like, see if she's sleeping or whatever. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, how did I manage to have a Wayne? Because I still remember me for who I used to be.
Aye.
I'm like, how is he now a father?
Aye. Because you are young dads as well, and
Oh, being a young dad's great. I'm the type of dad that sits and enjoys Bluey. So I do. I love Bluey. No, Bluey's brilliant.
Is that the one for dogs, isn't it? Aye, mate.
Aye, set in
aye.
Australia. It's great.
It's class for
Bluey's
dogs, mate. How can you hate that? Dog friendly. You're an arsehole, not the show.
Just piss.
That's defo on you. A class show that kids love and dogs, and you're like, that's shite. Two of the
I just think
nicest,
it is shite.
two of the nicest things ever that is unconditionally loved by everyone and overly loved by some people.
It's the
I'm
only,
not a great
the only
fan
two
of
things on earth that Ryan's not allowed near.
Aye, and-
Children and dogs.
That's what I'm saying. It's a weekly register for a reason, motherfucker. And you're like, no, it's fucking shite.
I just don't like it.
You're
Like,
just,
hide
you're
the
just a
hard on.
negative.
Alright, I'm an arsehole then.
You're a negative Nancy. Just watch it. And also, it's not for you. This is a Nate. This is a
I know
Nate.
it isn't.
Have you seen the Nate Bargatze thing with Andrew Schultz? Right. He's talking to. He's like Andrew Schultz is talking to Nate Bargatze, and he's going like, he doesn't like Jerry Seinfeld for some reason, and he goes,
I don't either.
They go, oh, you don't like one of the greatest comedic minds ever? Okay, don't worry about it. I don't want to get into it. But he goes, no, we're the kid, we can get into it. He goes, he goes, he's not even got the best bee movie. And Nate Bargatze turns around to me and goes, it's a movie about bees. He went, what more do you want it to be? So that's the same, it's a TV show for dogs and children. What more do you want it to be?
Don't
Do
ask
you
me
want
that
John
question.
Wick to come in, mate, and just blow his fucking skull off?
My problem is the adults that
Andy
watch
Murray runs
Bluey.
across the screen.
Aye, mate.
Like, Al Thompson spoke about it to me before, where he is on a Facebook forum where they're all moaning about that one's gunning for his wife and all that, and they're all talking as if it's Hollyoaks. That's my problem, mate.
How
One
funny.
doggy's name, was she?
All right.
What? Mate,
Aye.
for starters, Al needs to grow up and get out of the Facebook pages. He's a grown man and he's like, oh man, I know, I can't believe the blue dog, you know.
That's what Al does. Aye, but I think we need to wrap up.
Aye,
we've run
I hope
solo.
you guys have learnt nothing about me.
No.
But also, I want all the smoke off all you TikTokers.
Aye.
I actually don't, mate.
No, mate.
I not half them, but I just, you guys are going to keep going at them, aren't you?
Aye. That's kind of a stick.
The new thing they know is that they're all threatening to inflict serious damage on each
Aye.
other.
It's just pitting
Done
the...
that, yeah?
What did he mean? They've got to stab each other in it?
Aye,
That's no, I was not getting paid.
No, I know. That's why I don't avoid it.
Aye.
No, but shout out to all the bros trying to, you know, take each other's lives.
Aye.
What the fuck? No, but I don't know. Do I need to plug in? Or?
I will plug away.
I do a rather wild podcast with.
If you like our style, you should probably check it out.
Aye, but I do it with a fellow brother called Lewis Reed. He's my co-host, and just have a variety of guests on it. And we basically just get weekly topics and then stuff about the guest, and we just riff. Like we just have a laugh. Like we just go with it. I mean, you've seen it.
We do.
Aye.
That's basically it, mate. And you just like. It's basically you want to just come and escape for the world, have a laugh, maybe learn something. We've had like really cool, interesting people on. Like we've had people who've been like we had a woman that was sex trafficked. That was nuts. Your man at the back of the head seen it. I had a stripper on recently, man, and it really opened the eyes to the industry. I bet you did. You and every other guy in Scotland, apparently. No, but mate, I've had loads of people on. Like, mate, I had a guy on, like, it's right up your street that nearly like fucking ruined his entire life for doing like 4 years of train, non-stop. Didn't come off cycle. It's nuts, mate. Like Sky Sports Net did a hang about it. Or they were wanting to do a hang about it.
Fucking hell.
No, Sky Sports.
I was
BBC
wondering what
Sports,
that email
whatever
was.
it is.
Sky Sports email.
But mate, it was nuts. And, mate, I just like it, and I just like doing that. And I've been doing stand up everywhere, but once I get this fostered but not killed, it'll probably be a wee while down the line.
You didn't. Right.
But I'm doing all the fringe.
Aye. Go and check out the socials. What's your socials? Because that's where you find all the.
I have no idea. No, it's just Sean Bryan Chalmers comedy on everything. And I don't know, mate. These things are always awkward to plug in and shit because you sound so bodacious. I just do stuff and things. Right? that's it. Just go check it out, man. And the main show is when I get fostered but not killed sorted. Because it's a show that's serious but funny. So it will be a lot of jokes, you know me. But it's like one of the wanky Edinburgh gimpy shows. You know what I mean? Oh, it's so serious. So look at my trauma.
If you get the 40-minute and fucking. This is where my dad died.
That's some guy to do.
Aye, 40 minutes in.
I might even bring a projector, mate. You know what I mean? No, but here, man, I love you guys, mate. I love you.
Too. Thanks for coming on.
Honour, bro. It's
Absolute
always
pleasure.
Aye, but you just need to come on. Who are you? And we'll have a serious emotional chat.
Aye.
100%.
Much
Much love.
Aye. Thanks for watching, troops. I've been Ryan. That's been Jay.